Welcome! So this is a video I've been sort of thinking on and off for the last couple of weeks of doing. I looked at the standings and said, what if there was no divisions, no conferences, and it was straight up how many points you got, best versus the least best, 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, etc. And none of this, my division was too difficult or my division was too weak, and so on and so forth. This is how I like to see it done. Although I know because of the travel, this probably wouldn't happen. I still think they would play mostly within their division/conferences during the regular seasons. But when it came to the playoffs, just for geographical reasons and on why it would save time and money, blah blah blah. But come playoff time and when it comes to who would make it, I think I would love to see that format. Let me know if you would too. Why or why not? I'd love to hear from you. And let's get started. I've got 2 games going on either side of me, by the way. I got the Pittsburgh New York Islanders game going on Game 6. Ditto with the Florida-Tampa game on the other side of me. So, number 1 versus number 16. That's the Colorado Avalanche versus the New York Rangers. I think the Avalanche could very well sweep this series as well. Maybe it would be 5 games, maybe. But, that's my 2 cents there. Number 2 versus number 15. The Vegas Golden Knights versus the St. Louis Blues. This would be cool, obviously, because this is the first season after Pietrangelo left. And maybe some new animosity would brew there. I still think Vegas is a way better team, obviously. And St. Louis just had too many things going wrong for them this season. So the question is, would it be a sweep or not? I'd say in 5. What the hell? Moving on, number 3 versus number 14, and that's Carolina versus the Winnipeg Jets. The Hurricanes and the Jets. This is a tough one, don't you think? Either way, I think this would go a series that would go 7 games. And I know Nashville's giving Carolina a bit of a hard time now. At the moment of this video, Carolina just won yesterday, so the series is 3-2 for them. But Nashville plays really well at home. And I know once you get in the Canadian and U.S. teams, because of COVID at the moment, in the U.S. you can have fans. In Canada, you can't. Although Quebec is changing that starting May 26th. If the Canadians are still alive in their series. Let's see. The goaltending is better here. The defense is better here. The forward depth, you could argue both ways. Maybe I'd give the edge to Winnipeg. And I think I would pick the Jets in 7. But really, I think this is a coin flip. Then we've got number 4 versus number 13. And that's the Florida Panthers versus the Nashville Predators. Obviously, this wouldn't be as sexy as a series between the Panthers and the Lightning. I would much rather prefer that. The whole in-state, in-province rivalry thing. First in ever since the 2 clubs have been in existence. But in Nashville, seeing as how they're really good at home, I think would at least be able to take 1, maybe 2 games. I'd still say Florida in 6, though. Then we have number 5 versus number 12. And you might be familiar with this one because it's the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the New York Islanders. Yeah, 2 teams, 2 matchups have turned out like this, by the way. This is the first of them. I call this in my preview for the New York Islanders, believe it or not. I'll put up a link in somewhere through this video just to prove that I'm not flubbing you. Flubbing you? Not lying to you. So I think I'd still say the same thing. At the moment, the Islanders are winning 5-3 in the middle of the 3rd period in game number 6. Next, we have number 6 versus number 11, and that's the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Edmonton Oilers. I think this would really be an much more exciting series to watch than Toronto versus Montreal right now. Although it's the first with the Leafs and the Canadiens since 1979. It's an original 6, and I really wanted to see that matchup. And I'm a Leafs fan, so I'm thoroughly enjoying them beating the Canadiens at this point. But I still think this would be fun to watch, the way the Oilers play as opposed to Montreal. So, but the Leafs, I know the regular season doesn't count for anything, but they've been able to shut down McDavid before, and the way both these teams played and are playing in the playoffs, I think Toronto could take this in 5. Next, we have number 7 versus number 10. Another familiar matchup. The Washington Capitals versus the Boston Bruins. So, this one, in my series preview, I called for the Bruins, and I said they'd take it in 6, I think. Or maybe 7, I can't remember. So yeah, seeing as how the series is over in 5, I won't change my pick, right? And lastly here, we've got number 8 versus number 9, and that's the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Minnesota Wild. In the past, this might have, because of the way Minnesota used to play, it might have been a bit more of a boring matchup, and I could easily see Tampa Bay sweeping them. But because of this new emergence of the Wild team with Kaprizov and players really stepping up this year, like Ek and Greenway and Fiala and Foligno, and their entire defense really, although their defense for the most part has usually been pretty good. This is Tampa. So I think Minnesota would be capable of winning at least 1, probably 2 games. I'd say Tampa in 6. Maybe there's a world it would go 7, but I'll say 6. So I'd love to hear your opinion, what you think of this format, and some of the individual matchups, of course. Maybe your favorite team is in there. Down in the comment section below. Don't forget, you can find me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can look for the link down in the description box below me here. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hey, be kind to each other out there, and I'll see you soon.